Hello everyone, myself Swati. Today we are going to discuss about basic human rights. In that number of topics we have studied today's lecture, our 13th lecture. In that lecture I am going to discuss with you related to socialization. Now let us see about that. Definition of socialization. That means how we are going to defining that socialization. Just see. Socialization is the process by which individuals acquire the knowledge, language, social skills and values to conform to the norms and rules required integration into a group or community. That means socialization is the process that individual acquires any kind of a knowledge, any kind of a language related knowledge, social skills. What are the social skills are involved in our day-to-day life? That social skills are also acquired by any kind of a people, values with conforming norms and rules required for the integration into group of community. That means it is a lead towards forming of the integration of community. Integration of community is related to that what we say in mathematics. Integration is nothing but one kind of a summation with addition of a constant factor c. Like this, here also we can dealing with that integration, and that integration is adding with that c value. That is a c is nothing but that constant value. Like this, here also the socialization can lead towards that increasing the community. Along with this, another definition related to socialization. Just see, socialization is the process by which human being beginning at infancy acquire the habit, belief and accumulate the knowledge of society through education and the training of adult status. That means here also they will acquire the knowledge and education by using that help or by taking the help of training. The socialization that we receive in childhood has a lasting effect on our ability to interact with other in a society. That means it is a childhood, it is a lasting effect and it is interacted with our childhood situations. Along with this, just see here stages of socialization. In that stages of socialization, what we discussed, investigation. Investigation is the first stage related to socialization. In that, what we do, this stage is marked by the continuous searching for information. That means in this stage investigation we are related to continuous searching in that information. The individual compass the group in determine which one will fulfill their needs. That means which one is fulfilling their needs, and all these things are defined here by reconnaissance. Why the group estimates the value of potential number. Along with this, the end of this stage is marked by the entry to the group, whereby the group asks the individual to join and they accept the offer. Along with this, socialization is the second stage related to that socialization formation. Socialization, after collecting that information and investigation, we will reach towards that socialization. What that socialization says, that just see here, at this stage individual accepts the group norms, values and the group adapts to fit the new members' needs, accommodations to the acceptance transitions point to the reached, and the individual becomes a full member. Along with this, maintenance is a very important stage related to that socialization. This is the third stage related to this. During this stage, the individual and the group negotiate with the contribution is expected of the members remains in this stage until the end of their membership. Some individuals are not satisfied with their role in the group or feel to meet the group expectations. Divergency. Stages of socialization. Along with this, another stage is related to socialization is the remembrance. Remembering is a very important related to socialization. In this stage, former remains about their memories of the group and marks sense of their recent departure. If the group reaches a consequences on their reasons for the department, conclusion about the overall experience of the group become part of the group tradition. Then types of socialization. The type happens when a child learns the values, norms and behaviors that should be displayed in order to live accordingly to the specific culture. Along with this, primary socialization is the first type related to socialization. In that, what is involved? See, this type of socialization when a child learns the value, norms and behaviors that should be displayed in order to live accordingly to a specific culture. Example, a child hears his father talk bad words against an old lady. The child would think that his behavior is especially acceptable, so he would start talking bad words against older people. That means how we are behaving with the other peoples, or how our parents is behaving with the other people, that is older peoples. According to that, our child is behaving like this. For that purpose, be careful while behaving with other people in front of our child. Then secondary socialization. Secondary socialization, that means directly that adapting the child. Then secondary socialization. In that secondary socialization, what happens? This type occurs when a person learns an appropriate behavior to be displayed within a smaller group, which is still part of a larger society. The changes within the value, attitude and the beliefs of an individual are seen to be less important than the changes made in him as he participates in the large society. That means this is occur when the person learns an appropriate behavior to be displayed within a smaller group, which is still a part of a larger society. The changes within the value, attitude and behaviors of the individual are seen to be less importance than the changes made to him he participate in the larger society. That means secondary socialization is related to society behavior. Whatever the society came into picture, that society is totally dependent upon that behavior of that child. Then along with it, example, a high school graduate chooses a career in business management after participating in a small group career seminar led by the college major. That means is a small school fellow joins a small group of that, what we say, that career. For that purpose, that small group or small fellow can join that small person's group, depending upon, or there is a effect introduced because of that small group. Then third type of socialization is a developmental socialization. First is the primary socialization, second we have seen secondary socialization, and third one is the developmental socialization. In that, it involves a learning process where in the fear on the development of our social skills. Example, a shared senior high school starts to teach English to a new freshman students in order to develop the verbal communication. That means for the development point of view, whatever the community starts, that came into the that came under the developmental socialization. Then another type for the socialization is the anticipatory socialization. This type refers to the process where in person practices a rehearse for future social relationship. Example, a child anticipates parenthood. He is observes his parents perform their daily roles. That means by observing day-to-day life of parents, the child will behave like this. that type of a socialization came into anticipatory socialization. Along with this, re-socialization is another type related to socialization. Just see in that this involves rejecting previous behaviors, patterns and accepting a new one so the individual can shift from one part to his life to another. Re-socialization is said to be a happening throughout a human life cycle. For example, when a criminal is re-established, he has to change role radically. That means by giving up our previous habits or whatever things we are doing previously, we are giving up that things and adapting new ones. Then that process is involved in that re-socialization. Agents of socialization. What are the agents related to that socialization? Just see. First and foremost important agent related to socialization is family. There is no better way to start than to talk about the role of family in our social development, as family is usually consideration to be the important agent of socialization, as infant is completely dependent on the other to survive. Our parent or those who play the parent role are responsible for teaching us to function and care for ourselves. They, along with the rest of our family, also teach us about close relationship, group life and how to share resources. Along with the second agent for the socialization is for children is a school. What we study, how that school will act, just see. The next important agent of the childhood socialization in the school. Of course, the official purpose of school is to transfer subject knowledge and teach the life skill such of the following directions and meeting deadlines. But the students didn't just learn from the academic curriculum prepared by the teachers and school administrators. In school, we also learn social skills through our interaction with teachers, staff and other students. Another agent for socialization is peers. Peer group allow the children to form relationship and learn without direction of adult. However, our peer also give us the chance to develop many of the social skills we have to need an adult. For example, Alexander will certainly experiences a movement with his friends' behaviors and our values he obtained from the family. He has to learn to decide which norms and values to keep, reject or use and follow in certain situations. Another agent is the mass media. For that, mass media is another agent related to our socialization, in that the last agent of the socialization is that we are giving to discuss this lesson in mass media, which includes television, internet, radio, movie, books and magazine. This is a very important role played for the socialization, or it will be spread directly towards the people. This agent that our parents are understandably concerned about this. With our peers, we often learn things through mass media that our parents would probably rather we didn't. Especially today, the children are exposed to a wide variety of content, including violence and sex, which may deem inappropriate. Mass media also seems to reinforce. Then another agent for the socialization is religion. Religion plays a significant role in a socialization. Depending upon that religion, the socialization is also formed. It influences a morality, becoming a key component in a people's ideas of a right and wrong. The influences of religion extends to many areas of our lives. For example, participation in a religious ceremonies not only teaches us beliefs about dress, manners, and so on. While the major function of the religion in the process of socialization is teaching people belonging to different religions to be tolerant and respectful towards each other, things do not always work out as desired. Therefore, the power of religion as a socializing agent should be understood well, and any sort of misinterpretation need to be avoided. Conclusion from that, this is to see under the contrary, socialization plays a big role in unifying a people so that they can acquire once the character and they can share the multi things in common that may encourage social development. Accordingly, since the spread of ideology among the people take over. This is all about that socialization. Thank you.